Aloha and welcome everyone to the Caring Caregiver Show. I'm Savvy, your host, and also the founder and CEO of Give Me a Break, which is a nonprofit organization that's caring for caregivers. And we're here to bring back the joy of caregiving and, of course, to make sure that caregivers survive. I know I talk about survival all the time, and I want to just emphasize again that statistic isn't budging. It's still 50% of all caregivers will pass before the one they're caring for. And for all you kupuna, here's the scary one, 70%. So all kupuna over the age of 70% will pass before the one they're caring for. We really have to do something to change that. So individually, we need to practice wellness. We need to do what we can to survive. If you want more tips and support and help in any way, just go to our website, gab808.org, or you can text us at 808-754-3787. And snail mail, that's the new email, info@gab808.org. Just get in touch with us because, I know you're tired and I know you're frustrated. And know that you have a community. We do have our support sessions. We get that up there. Oh, I'm going to change that, right? So we have our support sessions that you can attend online every week. They're super convenient and completely free. So any caregiver is welcome to come and join a community of caregivers just like you. You could be done with caregiving, right? But you're still dealing with a lot of the guilt, the frustration. You're still dealing with things. There's stuff in you. You need community to support you through. You could know that caregiving's coming and you need those tips. Or you could be right smack dab in chaos right now. And we're here for you. So you do it online. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to get gussied up. Just get on your phone, get on your tablet, get on your laptop or whatever device you have and tune in. And all you have to do is get the Zoom app and enter in the meeting ID 808-754-3787. That's our phone number, if you didn't notice. And it's the same meeting ID and it's completely open to the public. So 2 o'clock p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on Tuesdays, or 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time for our Houston chapter, and 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time as well. So you have different times to choose from. Just connect. Just join us. We're here for you, and that's what our support sessions are all about. We're not professionals by all means. We're just a community of caregivers just like you, trying to support one another to get through this and survive. And really, you need that. It's just your safe space. That's all. A place where you're going to find communities, like I said, just like you. Now, the Care and Caregiver Show, I'm doing my own technical stuff, so be patient with me. So the Care and Caregiver Show is sponsored by Givers Guides Online Magazine. And Givers Guides Online Magazine is a magazine published every month for caregivers, by caregivers, from a caregiver's point of view. And so it's really, really all about you and all the information you need to practice wellness in moments. Because today is International Self-Care Day. How about that? So, did you take a moment to self-care? If you haven't, please do. And it doesn't have to be something real elaborate. You don't have to go to the spa for hours. Caregivers, take a moment to breathe. You probably haven't even done that yet. You've been holding your breath since the moment you stumbled out of bed, grabbed a cup of coffee, slammed it down, and started taking care of your duties. So take a moment right now to just breathe. Just take a moment and give yourself an add a caregiver for all the amazing things you've already done this morning, right? So self-care day today. Do what you can to practice self-care. And in this month's issue, it's filled with ways for you to practice it. So go and get a subscription while you're at it. Just go to giversguides.com and get a subscription. It's a 1-year subscription for you. and it's all articles for you. And know that all the profits go to support Give Me a Break. In fact, this month's issue is really about the walk that we just held this past weekend. And stay tuned to the end of the show when we announce the winners of all of the Shine a Light charity walk giveaways. So you got a reason to hang in there till the end of the show. And also, here's a sneaky peek. Let me do this. This is a sneaky peek of next month's issue, because next month is National Wellness Month. So with that, there's going to be some great articles in there, and games and things that activities you can do, all about your wellness as a caregiver. So that's kind of an exciting. So if you subscribe now, you're not only going to get this month but free, but you're going to get next month's issue all about wellness. All right. Okay. It is season 12, the finale. Wow. This season went by so fast. And I'm so honored each time I wrap a season that I'm able to bring to you all of these wonderful, wonderful resources and just caregivers just like you, people who have heart and empathy. And I'm so excited to bring them to you. And I'll talk more about the season, but I want to bring my first guest, or my guest, on today, who's actually the founder and CEO of a company called SimpliTend LLC. It's a software company that's focusing exclusively on seniors with memory impairments and their family caregivers as well, which is why I am so excited to not only have you meet this wonderful person, but also to hear more about this amazing app. So please welcome Saeed Sachi. Aloha, Saeed. Did I pronounce it correctly this time?
Perfect. You pronounced it.
Even if I didn't, you would say that, wouldn't you? You're so wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, I always ask everyone to please share their caregiving story, because I always tell everyone, everyone's a caregiver, right? People, pets, and plants. So what's your caregiving story?
Okay. Well, first, thank you so much for having me on this show, and good afternoon to all the caregivers. Yes, I was also a caregiver, and my situation was slightly different, which everybody's situation is different. I came to United States in 1978 on a student visa. Went to school in Chicago. A few years later, my sister and my brother came to United States, but my parents decided to stay back in Iran, and because of family reason, and they felt comfortable because the relatives were there. Yeah. So they stayed there, and we used to visit almost every year. Either they would come to United States or we would go over there until my mother got sick, and she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
Oh my!
My father was taking care of her in Iran, and for the first few years, and but my mother's health was getting worse, rapidly, and my sister and myself, we were in New Jersey, and we decided to move my mother to US and to stay with us. We said between both of us, we can share the caregiving responsibilities. So in 2015, my mother came to US, and overnight we became caregivers. And I think we both underestimated the amount of work and yes. her health, and the amount of support that she needed from us. And we were both working full time. I mean, I was working and she was working. I was traveling almost 2-3 times a month for my job. And so my sister actually took the brunt of the caregiving responsibility. I supported her during the weekend or when I was in town during the week. But it was a stressful time. Nursing home wasn't an option for us because of cultural reason and the fact that my mother didn't speak English. So it was hard. It wouldn't have worked out. So we managed this between both of us, and until 6 years ago that she died.
Oh my heart to you. My heart to you. And I can relate on many levels. My mother, who did speak English, but Japanese, her primary language, made it very difficult as her dementia increased. She forgot her English and remembered her Japanese as she digressed. And so I had to find a facility where they were Japanese speaking, and even that was difficult. So yeah, I can relate. But my heart to you and your family. And yeah, we do go from calm to chaos. It's really, you can never estimate exactly what your caregiving will be and what that journey will be like. But thank you. Yes. And thank you for sharing that, because I know a lot of caregivers out there will relate to it. Um, and so affect your decision to also include this on your app and to have this wonderful app that you have? Um, and let's talk about SimpliTend and what was the brainchild to that?
Yeah, so no, this is definitely the reason why I started this company. And as you mentioned earlier, everybody's caregiver, and they need a community support. And I think this job that I have now is my community, is supporting me, is letting me get through this, because you never forget what you went through.
Yeah.
So one thing that actually I learned is that when you do caregiving, part of it is uh, I don't have the right word for it, but it's tactical. You help them. If you feed them, you cook for them, you dress
All
them,
the tasks, right? All
all
the
the tasks.
duties. Yes.
You take all the duties and stuff. And then the other part of it is, I feel that is a continuous worrying about your mother, your father, your loved one,
Yeah.
and that's 24/7. You always worry. Okay, did they take the medicine? Are they home? Are they safe? Are
Yeah.
they doing? Especially if you're remote, especially if you're not with them 24/7. So that you're always thinking and you're always worrying about. And at SimpliTend, what as you mentioned, is a software company. So what we tried to do was to come up with a simple tool for the caregivers. Our main focus was the caregivers, the family caregivers that are remote or the same situation that I was, so that they can care for their loved ones.
Yeah.
When we started that activity, uh, we said, okay, we won't have a complete solution until we take care of the senior also, because when the caregiver is away at work or wherever they are, the senior is at home, and you have to make sure the senior is also safe
Yeah.
while they're alone. And that's why we created two applications that they communicate with each other. One application goes on the senior phone and keeps them safe, give them a sense of independence, so that they can go and do the things that actually they normally do at home, um, and uh, and knowing that actually there's a person on the other side that either know what they're doing, or they can assist them immediately.
Right.
And by giving them independence, they can manage their medication, they can manage the doctor's appointment, they can go for a walk, and if they get disoriented, they can press a button and get walking direction to go home. Um, and meanwhile, the application for the senior, when they install the application on senior phone, then the senior and caregiver, I'm sorry, the application for the caregiver, when they install it on a caregiver phone, the phones link to each other.
I
Now
love that.
the caregiver can access the senior device, and they can change their medication, they can add an appointment for their doctor, or they can add additional medication. And uh, and the other part of the app is all about information. And the information is two categories. One is um, regarding their activities. So if the um, senior gets a notification to take a medication, the caregiver would also get a notification, and they can decide to call and remind the senior. or if
It just connects the two together.
connects the two together. So
It,
they're all
awesome.
connected, and the other part of it is all information. So this caregiver knows the whereabouts of the senior all the time. If the senior presses the SOS button, they need help, the caregiver would get notified. If the if they go for a walk, the caregiver can create a geofence for like a half a mile or a mile. So if the senior goes for a walk
Oh, I
and they
love
cross
that.
those boundaries, the caregiver would get a notification. They can contact the senior and say, okay, are you okay? Did you mean to go this far?
Right.
You know, so that's what the application mainly is about.
Yeah, no, I love that. And it's so funny. I've actually like run out of the house and forgotten my purse, but I always have my phone. Right. And so what a great thing, because you're connected and you have that phone connection. Like, yeah, okay, we could text each other, but this is so different because it has so many other functions, and it connects the two together so that you get alerts, so you know what's going on. Did they take their medication? And when I was working full time and caring for my mother, I was constantly worried. Is she wandering off? I could have geofenced her in, right? I could have known if she was wandering away, or if she had somehow gotten, out of the area she should be in, if she wandered from the house, or, if she needed to take her medication. Did she eat? What's going on? I love all of that. And that's so important and vital to have now. And I really appreciate that you connected the caregiver to the caree, because that's such an important thing. And that's really from your heart of a caregiver. The worry alone just eats at your organs and is highly responsible for caregivers not surviving. So the fact that you take that worry away, that's such a great thing that you're doing. So thank you for that. And thank you for this kind of technology. Um, Tell us more. I know it's a dual use, for the senior and the caregiver, which is great. But tell us some more about it. What else? What are some other features that are really important?
Yeah. So for example, um, most of the features that actually is in the device is based on my experience. This is what I saw, and like my mother enjoyed outdoors. You know, and when she felt dazed, actually she feeling better. Um, she liked to go for a walk in the park. She enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Or would wanted to go for a walk around in the neighborhood, um, or talk to the neighbors. So that's why the application is not just keeping senior at home, or making sure they're safe at home. Is also is for when they go out, do what they usually do. How do you keep them safe? So we actually designed in like a 3 different features just for outdoor, you know providing real-time information, location information to the
Right.
caregiver, making it, providing direction for the senior to get home, and alert the caregiver, create the geofence for them. So it's not just being at home, is outdoor also, because they
That's
enjoy,
right.
seniors enjoy outdoors.
Yes, that's great. No, and actually, so I'm at work and I'm worried about, whether mom's okay or not, and I get a notification that says mom's taking a walk, and then I don't have to worry if mom gets lost, because the app can guide her back home, and then I'll get a notification that says she's safe and she's home. Am
Yes,
I correct in that? That's amazing.
yes,
That's exactly what I
our
needed.
and
That
we're adding more features.
yes.
In the next few months. I mean, what we try to do, try to keep the app simple,
Yes.
because that was those are main things that actually we try to do, and has to be straightforward, has to be simple for both senior and caregivers, because caregivers,
Exactly.
to be honest with you, I'm 64, and caregivers are my age or maybe older than me. So we want to make sure that the application is simple for both senior and caregivers. And initially we wanted to put a lot more features in there, and we took them out because we didn't know how to make it simple. And as we learn, how to make this simple, we will add it. And we are, for
Yeah.
example, adding more features coming next month. Uh,
And I think that's fantastic because in a world where our lives as caregivers we're in chaos. Everything's complicated. Everything takes time. We don't have time to figure things out. So the simplicity of the app makes it so much more appealing. And I love that that's a priority and that that's part of the name, right? SimpliTend. I just love the simplicity that you keep and that you consider that because you have the heart of a caregiver. So thank you for that. Thank you. That's
thank you.
awesome. Yeah. And I know you have an offer for our audience, right?
Yes, yes. So we want the caregivers to try this. So um, we offer a free trial for a month, and if they like it, they can continue using it. If they don't like it, I have a request. Please send me an email. Please tell me, what doesn't work, because you're not alone. If it doesn't work for you, it's not going to work for somebody else either. So we have a link on our website that you can send us email, and we normally respond to all the emails within a couple of hours.
I really appreciate that because that's going to help build a better app as it grows and gets better, and that you're willing to take, that those thoughts from people and consider them. So thank you for doing that. And wow, you guys, a 1 month free offer. You can test it out, you can try it out, see how it works for you, and then comment about it, and do this 1 month free trial. So just go to SimpliTend. So it's www.simplytend SIMPLI tend. T is in Tom, END. Okay, so simplytend.com. It's on the screen, and you all know you can just contact me if you need more information. Simplytend.com. Go there, get the free trial, and type in your promo code is 1 month. All one word, 1 month. Not the number one, spell it ONE month. So use that promo code and you'll get a free 1 month trial of this amazing, simple, what we need app. And what I wish I had. Gosh, you're just 7 years late in meeting you, but that's okay. I know that caregivers will benefit moving forward. So thank you for that. And thank you, Saeed, for your time today. I know you're very busy, and I really appreciate you making the time to share this with our caregivers.
No, thank you. Thank you. This was important
Yeah, it is.
for all the caregivers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. And I didn't mention to you, but you can leave the studio at any time just by clicking on that leave button and you'll be okay. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
And we really appreciate you.
thank
Aloha.
you. Bye.
Wow, you guys see, putting solutions in the palm of your hand. There you go, Saeed. There's a little tagline for you. But just putting solutions in the palm of your hand, caregivers, that's exactly what you need. Get that app, try it out, www.simplytend.com, right there on the screen. And you can hear me say it for those listening on podcast. Just go in, type in that promo code 1 month, and you're going to get a free 1 month trial. And even if you don't keep it or you use it or you don't use it, at least you get an opportunity to help them to not only have you use it, but be able to make it better. And what a heart for someone to ask to help us make it better. I just really appreciate that. So, I'm just thrilled to have met Saeed and so excited about this app. I wish that I had it. And so if I wish I had it, you need it. So try it out, simplytend.com. Go for it, you guys. That's what we're all about. That's what the Caree and Carrie Show is all about. It's all about connecting you to the things you didn't know were out there, to the resources you needed. And for those of you who may be either listening or watching for the first time, let me just emphasize why I do that. This is our season finale. So let me be a little melancholy. When I was caregiving, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know what resources were out there. I felt very alone. And when I would reach out or try to contact somebody about something, I never got a response back. And if I did, I couldn't answer the phone when they called. I was too busy and I was too tired. And so I didn't know what there was out there. So I made a commitment that no caregiver would ever have to go through what I went through. And one of those things was that feeling of not knowing where to turn. And that was what came, that's how the Caring Caregiver Show came to be, was to let you meet these people, to let you meet these wonderful souls who are doing this out of their own experience in caregiving and out of their own recognition that caregivers and those who we care for need support. So that's why we do this. And so thank you for that moment. But and I'm a little melancholy about that. But yeah, all these things that you see me put out here, everything from robots to watches to apps to people who share their stories to everything that we've done over these past seasons is all the things I wish I had that would have brought that joy back, that would have given me moments to spend time loving on my mom and dad and not being so caught up in everything else. So hopefully that will help you as well. And really, season 12 was just truly about your survival and your wellness. This season, we shared a few resources, like I said, and they were really all about the wellness wheel and spokes on the wellness wheel. So you all know I talk about the wellness wheel all the time, right? I did a whole outreach presentation and we took every piece, every spoke in that wellness wheel, all the dimensions, and we talked about them. And so this season, we really emphasized that. And every guest was a sort of a fit into the wellness wheel. And so the physical wellness, we talked with Marilyn Lemaire. You remember Marilyn, and she talked about Frequence, which is a wonderful product that she carries that helps you to really kind of get that boost that you need in your brain and your mental and physical health all in one, in a simple, easy to take drink. And so she had shared that with us. We did mental wellness. Mental wellness, we had Jamie Loken of To Say I Am. She's a mental expert, a mental wellness expert. And she talked to us about how you can get yourself strong mentally through your caregiving and survive that. We hit the spiritual spoke, and that was with Raina Nisis and Allison Breininger, and I did it right this time, Allison. And Raina is also one of our writers now in the Giver's Guides magazine. She hits on that spiritual part of your wellness, and she talks about it every month and shares that article every month and how to connect spiritually in whatever way you do. We did the financial spoke. Where's that one? Oh, that one's right there in the darker green. And Roger Higa came on. It was just last week, talking to you about ways to financial wellness and how to not just be financially well for your caree, but for you, and to plan for your financial wellness for the future. Also, we did some social wellness by sharing stories and sharing experiences. You remember Sarah Cart? Sarah was amazing. She talked about her journey with her husband and his cancer and how hard that was. And she wrote and authored the book On My Way Back to You, and how it takes a toll on a relationship. And not only did she survive her caregiving journey, but also they survived together as a couple. And also Talea Dendy, who shared her website On the Other Side, and how to be able to look at how that is on the other side, the caregiving side of things, and to be able to survive that as well. So sharing those stories really brought that social wellness to us. Where's the next one? Emotional wellness. And we did that, I think, last week as well with Kathy Tan and Jana Pasquale of Amalu Coaching, and how their coaching can really help us emotionally get through what we need to. All the things and strengths that we need, they can coach us through. Vocational wellness was the other one with Erin Markham, who is the author of Entra Thrive. So helping us to have an entrepreneurial spirit and to be able to use our money wisely, even while caregiving, what we can do and how we can get through that. And let's see, we missed one. What was the final one? No, that was still back in the entrepreneurial. I've got my note here, was Wendy Dockrub, who was with Tech Savvy Teens. And Wendy also shared how she's helping teens to get through their lives and get strengthened and provide them with careers. And so, from that vocational standpoint, it was also being able to connect with us to help us with our tech needs. And that was a wonderful thing. The last one, environmental, that's the one. And that was with caregivers that helped us to really create a community and connections, to show that they continued on even after, to support those in the community of caregivers. And we had wonderful George Ackerman, who kicked off the season and shared his nonprofit and story together with Sharon about his mother through her Parkinson's disease. And also Laura Blessing. And what a blessing she was. She shared her story, and her book coming out soon. Hopefully, we wait for its completion. Feeding Opie, all about her journey with her husband's cancer, and how maybe he didn't survive that, but she did, and what she's doing now to give back and help those to continue on with their journey. So that was a great and wonderful community environment that we created there, and that you were able to share all of this in this past season. It was really a great season. And of course, my guest today, Saeed, what a wonderful, amazing person that I really am honored to have met, with SimpliTend, just a software company that developed this great app, putting tasks in the palm of our hand and allowing caregivers to keep organized. And again, make time for your wellness. You don't have to worry anymore, right? Get the app. It's going to do it for you. And you might just have some time to practice wellness, which is what you really need to do. That's what this season was all about. It was all about you. I hope you were able to enjoy it. And each season, we bring you what you need to survive. Let me get that off of there. And next season is really going to be mind blowing. You're going to be so stoked. And next season is going to be incredible. We're going to go into rebroadcasts for a couple of months, and we'll be back in October for season 13. So excited. Really, it's shaping up to be a really, and I mean, mind blowing experience. So keep tuning in. And also, you're going to want to tune in next week, even though this is our season finale. Next week, we have a very special announcement that I'll be making. I'm not telling you any more than that. So tune in next week for the special announcements. Okay, and now I want to announce the winners of the Shine a Light Walk giveaway. We had we had such an amazing time. It was perfect. The weather was amazing. It was out in the fresh air, that ocean breeze, the smell and the sound of the ocean. It couldn't have been more perfect. What a wonderful, wonderful walk. I will say that the sun set later than we expected, so we weren't quite able to glow up, but it was a beautiful sunset. I mean, you're in Hawaii, right? What's the more beautiful sunset? Beautiful sunset, perfect weather. And I also want to take a moment to really give a big mahalo to Tani and Lauren. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your information with caregivers. And boy, that sparkling water was a real big hit. It really was. Thank you. And my full heart, and I'm going to pop this right up there, my full heart to all the wonderful, and I'm going to change it for this one because you guys need to see this. Look at that. There you go. I'm putting full screen. There you go. My big heart, just all of it, to all of you, for our amazing, amazing volunteers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you do, walking the course, passing out waters, holding those signs, cheering everyone on, shooting all the bubbles from your bubble gun. Thank you so much for that. Just love all of you, and couldn't show any more appreciation than I do right now. Okay, so let's get on with it. This is what you're waiting for. Here are the winners of the giveaway prizes from our Shine a Light charity walk. And the group prize, which is the big prize, right? The group prize for a pamper session of up to 20 people goes to the Elderly Affairs Angel Team. Woohoo! Congratulations. Congratulations to the Elderly Affairs Angels team. It couldn't go to anyone better. You guys on the daily are helping caregivers and their kupuna and all of our seniors all the time. You more than deserve this. You are amazing angel caregivers. So excited for you. And then, of course, both Gina Tampa and Kimi Asato, congratulations. You receive a wellness package, which includes a Gimme a Break home pamper kit and many other wonderful gifts. So you've all been notified. I'll wait for your response. Congratulations. It was so much fun. And thank you, everyone, for participating. Make sure that those of you who did the walk, you look inside that backpack, because there is a coupon in there with a QR code for a free 3-month subscription to Givers Guides. Congratulations and mahalo to all of you, to all the caregivers, and for supporting caregivers in our walk. Oh, it was fun. I want to thank all of our guests for this season and remind you who brings all of this to you. It's brought to you by Give Me a Break, but it is sponsored by Givers Guides Online Magazine. So get that subscription and keep all of this coming. And remember that all of that goes to Give Me a Break to help sponsor things like our walk and things that are coming up. Now, set a reminder every day to tune in Wednesdays at noon for the Caring Caregiver Show. And it's okay if you miss us live. Check us out on podcast, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google, got any platform you can imagine. Just search the Caring Caregiver Show or go to our website. Haha, got it right up there, caringcaregivershow.com. And now, after season 12 has wrapped in about a month or so, you'll be able to watch reruns as well on Olelo TV 53. And so mahalo to the ohana at Olelo TV 53 as well. Whatever you do, folks, caregivers, stay connected. And if you know a caregiver out there, help connect them to us. We've got a lot of amazing community and events and presentations coming up for you that you don't want to miss. So just keep checking on our Facebook page or go to our website, gab808.org. Thank you so much from my heart for another amazing season. I look forward to season 13 with great excitement, and I can't wait to blow your mind. And don't forget next week for that big announcement. So in the meantime, remember to practice wellness, even if it's just to breathe. And here's hoping you're finding your joy in caregiving every week right here on the Caring Caregiving Show. Thanks for tuning in, and please always be kind to yourself and especially to those who care. Aloha.